we're talking about those people that are in a position where they're saying, I can't homeschool. Not because they don't want to, but because they can't. Health, the situation in their lives. In the video before, in part 1 of I Can't Homeschool, we talked about why some people might not be able to homeschool their kids even though they want to. We talked about what to do with our own attitude and how we can participate in our kids' education even though they aren't under our roof. In this video, we're going to talk about a plan and time. So you ready? The very first thing is that when your kids are away at school, I'm going to assume that they're gone from 4 to 8 hours in a day, like most public school classrooms. It's a busy day. So you're going to need to be creative when your kids come home, because I want you to remember something. Homeschool is like parenting, but with school supplies. Your kids can go to public school or private school or whatever and still be homeschooled. Does that make sense? Homeschool is so much more than math and reading and writing and history and science. Homeschool is about their heart and their character and life skills and their ability to communicate clearly. And these are things that you can nail at home while the teacher takes care of things like grading math. It might actually be a gift for you in this season of life that you can't homeschool. My hair's flying away. You can't homeschool because the teacher can take care of some of the academic stuff while you address the heart or the delight or the curiosity with your kids. This is actually it's a blessing in disguise. So the first thing that I want you to understand in this part of the series is that you can plan to ignite your child's curiosity, to inspire their learning. You can do something as simple as get a paper roller coaster craft kit and start to build a paper roller coaster with your kids. The secret sauce here in this whole planning, when you can't homeschool your kids, but you want to infect them with curiosity and delight, is that you find projects that you can either do side by side with your kids or that you can capture their heart and then send them off on their way as they dive deeper. So something like a paper roller coaster may or may not work for your kids, but this totally worked for one of my sons. He had gotten a packet of paper roller coasters from someone, a teacher in a classroom, and at home he spent hours and hours and hours and days and weeks building a 7 or 8 foot tall paper roller coaster. He was 9 at the time, but it totally captivated him. And in that, we were able to capitalize on that and teach him things like patience and practice and structure and plan and design and how to handle failure. It was such a beautiful lesson for him. So I want you to think about your kids and come up with activities or projects that you can do either together or that you can get them started on that will whet their appetite for learning more. It could be learning how to do a craft like crochet or knitting. It could be taking a class together as a family where you go take a dance class, or you go learn how to shoot archery, or you learn, you learn how to do amazing and wonderful things with wood or clay or just fill in the blank. You know your family, you know your kids. What is it that makes them lean closer? So you want to find a project like that you can work on together on the weekends or after school. And the idea is to help your kids feel so great about the fact that you support them in school that what they do with you, they see as play and excitement and fun and intriguing and curiosity. It's curiosity building. And so what you will end up doing is inspiring them to be lifelong learners because you have hidden the academic stuff away from your kitchen table, and you will have ignited their passion for doing something. So think about a plan, something that you can do together as a family. You don't even need to do a lot of them in a year. 1 or 2 really fun, creative, big projects will actually build an amazing homeschool foundation of heart and character and attitude, life skills. The other thing that you can do is you can plan family outings where you experience new things together. One year, my husband and I took our kids along the Lewis and Clark Trail. We started at one end of the Dalles on the Columbia River, and we would go to different locations that Lewis and Clark had gone on their expedition. And the way that we made it more fun and exciting is that we read and we studied where Lewis and Clark had been on that journey, so that we had actual accounts that we could share with them along the way. And the kids fell in love with just the whole hugeness of what Lewis and Clark did as we took them on this journey. So it doesn't even need to be that big. You can take your kids. Yep. You can take your kids on an adventure to like a science museum, or you can go to even just the local library, and you can take out every picture book that you can find on a topic that they love and just spend that time with your kids. When they get excited about something, you lean in a little bit further. You find activities that go along with it. So books that complement what it is that you're learning, documentaries and film, food and music and crafts and things that are the fun stuff that they might not get to do while they're in the classroom. So this part of how you handle a real life situation where you can't homeschool is that you plan for positive experiences that build relationship within your family, and you make them purposefully entertaining, inspiring, active, and have educational value without ever using the E word. Don't make the mistake of saying it's an educational experience, because they will tune you out. They don't want that. So lean in, find something to do together as a family. And then the very last tip in this series is to make the most of your time that you do have with your kids. They're going to be gone from early in the morning until the afternoon. And based on your work schedule, you'll probably only have a couple hours, if you're lucky, to spend time together as a family during the week. Make the most of that, where it's not always just sitting staring at screens together. Play board games. Read an engaging novel together, where you read 15 minutes at a time in the evening. And then secret tip is find an exciting part of the story and have to be done. Close the book and then pick it up the next day, because you want to leave them hanging in a story so that they're ready when you circle back the next day. So make the most of your time you don't have to turn screens off, because we've had some amazing family time circled around the TV, all huddled together and cozied up. But you do want to limit that type of screen time where you're in the same room but you're not present, if that makes sense. So if the kids have to be at school 6 or 8 hours in a day, make sure that they know that when they're around you, that they're not only welcome but wanted, and that you're excited to be spending time with them. Okay, so I understand that this may not be what you want in this day, this season of your parenting and homeschooling. I understand that you may want all of the reins in how you are bringing up your kids and training them up academically, and that life has dealt you a hand of cards that you can't for whatever reason. I want you to know it's going to be okay. Your family is in the situation that it is right now for a purpose and a reason. And you can still be positive. You can still participate. You can still plan amazing adventures together. And you can make the most of the time that you do have together and still call yourself a homeschooler. You can still be a homeschooler that sends their kids to school. It's okay, because homeschooling is parenting, but with school supplies. You've got this. If you need any resources or whatnot, just comment below and let me know how I can help you, or if you need some ideas. That's what I'm here for. That's it. I'll see you in the next video.